most difficult is basically making all the proper measurements from the existing stock intake tube, and basically going out and finding parts or modifying those parts to fit exactly right. So hey guys, welcome to the channel. So today I want to talk about what my most challenging or most difficult mod that I've done is or was. And it's creating this intake tube from scratch. And what made it most difficult is basically making all the proper measurements from the existing stock intake tube, and basically going out and finding parts or modifying those parts to fit exactly right in our stock intake box and tube system. And so what I did was I went out and I measured the intake tube, measured the intake volume within the stock intake tube, and went out to look for parts that fit those specs. And as you know, the throttle body is 3.5 inches, so that would be up here. And the easiest or the best tube diameter that I was able to find, or the easiest to work with, was 4 inches. So I had to find a 3.5 to 4 inch elbow, and then I had to go out and find a 6 inch long by 4 inch metal or plastic or PVC, whatever you want to call it, intake tube here. And then I had to find a reducer essentially from 4.25 inches, which connects to the stock box, down to the 4 inch. So the funny thing with this reducer is that if you go online and you do a search on a 4.25 to 4.0 inch reducer, they don't exist. So I had to take a gamble on a 4.5 to 4.0 reducer and hope that it worked and connected and made a proper seal. Fortunately it did. And then the next challenge I had with this is, let's just imagine this is the throttle body, this is the air box. I had to keep in mind of the clearance between the throttle body and the radiator. So I actually had to cut this tube probably about 2 inches in order to create the proper clearance around the intake tube so it wasn't up against the radiator. And then my final challenge with this whole thing was putting in the air intake sensor. Wasn't sure whether to drill a big hole, put a grommet in, and then have my my sensor go in the grommet, or whether I should just drill a hole in the tube itself and hope that the sensor made a proper seal in the tube. Fortunately, I just drilled the hole and the sensor fit in and made the proper seal, and I didn't have any issues with it. So so this was definitely my most challenging mod that I've done on my car, and thank you for Rydin in Style for putting on this challenge, and I was happy to go over this challenging mod with you guys. So if you have any questions, comment below, like, subscribe, and comment. Catch you on the next video, guys. Thanks.
Rydin.